welcome to Anime Analyst. I am your host, Thomas Fry,
And I am your co-host Hasnan Zaidi.
and we are coming to you kind of from the studios, but we're coming to you from HiDive. This is HiDive Week. All 5 animes we'll be talking about this week, including our full season 30-minute show on Wednesday, will be everything, all animes from HiDive. And our anime today is Reincarnated as a Sword. And this is the first anime that I saw that I was dealing with someone being reincarnated into an inanimate object. So it's completely different concept behind the animes. Now, Reincarnated as a Sword was aired from October 2022 through December. It was a or fall release of 2022. It came from Gentosha Comics and Nakatsui and NBC Universal Entertainment Japan. From C2C Studios, it was developed from a light novel. The genre is an action, adventure, fantasy, and a theme as an isekai and a reincarnation. It's a full 23-minute episode, 12 showings. There were 12 shows, and it was rated PG-13, teens 13 or older. It scored a 7.52, and it has 140,000 fans listed on MAL, and it ranked at 1792 with a popularity of 879. And as we always say, anything under 1,000 in popularity, you might as well consider that amazing, because we're talking 40, 50,000 animes. So there are a lot of stuff out there that can affect that popularity. And there were 300,000 approximately, and I'm rounding this, 289,000 members, and 1,700 had marked that as their favorite anime. So that and all pretty good. Now, we are talking a short synopsis of a nameless sword wakes up to discover he has been reincarnated from his former life as a human. And yes, he got hit by a truck. You hear the truck thing. I like how they shortened it. They just had the truck running his butt over, and you hear one thud. And boom, he wakes up as a sword. And it kind of, when I first saw this, that whole first episode kind of threw me. I wasn't ready for him to be reincarnated as a sword. What do you think for him being isekai'd into a sword?
Okay, so for me, this was a really new thing. Like when he woke up as a sword and he sees some goblins that are trying to take him out, and then he see like he can move in on his own. And when he get to kill the first one and he realized that his levels is getting up, so like he get a taste for the killing, and then he started for the quest. And the thing is, when he gets stuck in the mud, like he realized, okay, so now he has stuck there for
Oh, could you
months. No,
imagine that? Yeah, you're stuck, and all of a sudden you can't. Now you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you got to wait for someone to come by and lift your butt out of the mud. And that's when we get our introduction of our little kitty cat. And she starts out as a slave. We were talking before the show. She is no quitter. I mean, this girl she's got slave collars, wrist, ankles, throat, and she's still carrying a rock, gonna try to sneak up behind her guard and gonna hit him with the rock. She does not want to be there.
yeah, I think the way they introduce that character, the Fran girl, is really amazing. And when they get attacked by a bear and everybody run, and she has only a stick and she attacked the bear with the stick. Like she's not a quitter.
Yeah, that blew my mind. She started the attack on it. She didn't know about the sword, and she's starting with the stick, and all of a sudden, boom, she bounces back, and poof, there's this sword, but she's still a little girl, not a lot of power. She struggles getting that. So I don't know about you, but I'm there rooting for her. I'm like, come on, come on, come on, get the sword, get the sword. And then she gets it, and I knew I was gonna like it when that comment. She picks up the sword and she equips it and goes, all right, now equip me. I got you equipped. No, think about it. And she really thinks about it, and then bam, our warrior is awake. And
Yeah.
she makes. I'll let you tell about the bear.
Yeah, she killed the bear when she picked up the swords, and that's when they both started their thing.
Fran
Like
makes
he
short
found,
work of that bear. And
yes,
then, right, when she's going to her first town, she hitches that ride and she is slaying. And they kind of skip over a few things, but they say it. But I definitely liked how they approached the story on this one. You don't have a lot of characters in this, like you said. So you
yeah,
got your two protagonists. The antagonist in this story is the world that does not like her. And can a black cat, which is her species, can she evolve? And this story, and I think we ought to like talk about the first half and leave the second half for our viewers to go check this thing out and watch it. But you know, she gets to a town, she goes up, and now she is starting out with some serious sword skills that, you know, most A ranked, B ranked adventurers. So she got some of the isekai advantage, how they're always, you know, OP and all this, and she's not overly OP. It's still, she builds and builds, and from when Fran starts out to episode 12, they show the growth in her, not only the physical but the mental growth.
yeah. But the things like how they develop the story is also amazing on this anime. Like if you see, like they're also hiding their true skills. Like the sword is keeping an eye out for her. Like when they kill extra goblins, he's hiding them in the other dimensions. Like they are not showing people that he. And when they have a fight with the demon and he want to take her skills to fight her, like he realized that he cannot beat her. And then they give you another story like she don't have the skill. She is borrowing the skills from the sword. So that's why it's not nobody can take
Well,
that.
to me, that's how they kept him being a main character in it, by him holding on to the skills. Which the only question I have and throughout the whole thing is, I thought they should have gave her more skills that she would get a keep, because when she gets separated later on, which we won't tell you all about it, you'll need to go see it, but it's really cool. She gets separated from the sword for a little while, and you got some real drama there. I mean, it's not just you know, she picks up an OP sword and goes and kills everything. She struggles throughout, you know. I mean, she gets bullied in town. You know, she's got her fair amount of struggles that she has to go through to get to that point where she's a badass black cat. I mean, there's no two ways about it. I mean, she's a wicked black cat in the end of this. So
Yeah,
I
and without giving any spoilers, we see something in the last about the brown cats also. Like they also gave us the some story about the black cats.
blue
Like what
cats,
is the
blue
it
cats.
was
Yep.
yeah, okay.
It
It
was
was
the
blue
blue
cat.
cats that she was fighting on that rooftop. And yeah, I don't want to give away the story, but you would think them both being cat species that they'd get along, but no, there is not. So check it out. It's definitely, I think that started in episode 6. But it is, I don't know about you, but I was on the edge of my seat, so to speak. Every episode was exciting. Every episode made you want to root for her. The whole, at no point did you, I've seen that many. There was no, I seen this a million times. And the illustrator on this, I thought that's where the anime was lacking a little bit. It wasn't, you'll see it in episode 1. It was kind of basic. I didn't know those things in the background were trees till, she got later on. She used a fire spell and it went all over like it would. And all of a sudden these trees are on fire. I'm like, oh, those were trees. Okay, I didn't get that. So you do kind of gotta follow, you gotta use your imagination. But even with that, no bad, I would not knock that in any way. I just want to warn people, there's not a lot, they didn't spend a lot of money on the backdrop world where you see strong illustrations in a lot of animes. It wasn't there in this one, but it did not affect the story at all.
Yes, the story alone keep you stick to your screen. The story, the character development, like how they are doing that. They don't have much characters, but the characters they have all them
Right.
with the
Now, we will be talking about HiDive all week. We also are announcing today, as you see on the screen, where's my finger? Right below us. It says Anime Analyst US. That it will is our official YouTube website. From now on, we'll be broadcasting there tomorrow. We will also broadcast on the old one, so don't worry about it for a while. But we have our home. It's searchable. It's brand new. It's going to be cool. We've hired an editor. We've hired an executive producer. We got a whole bunch of new stuff and better quality coming out real soon. So stay with us, and don't forget to check us out on the new YouTube channel tomorrow. That is youtube.com at Anime Analyst US. We're also Anime Analyst PK over in Pakistan. And
yes.
Hang out with us, and we'll talk about more stuff. So we will see you tomorrow. This is the Anime Analyst. I'm your host, Thomas Fry.
And I'm your co-host Hasnan Zadi.
And we will see you guys tomorrow.